Hello everyone. In the previous session, we have discussed about planning, its features, its importance, and its limitation. So now in this session, we'll move forward with planning process. Now, planning process starts with setting up of the objectives. तो प्लानिंग प्रोसेस का सबसे पहला जो प्रोसेस होता है वो है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का ऑब्जेक्टिव सेट करना. In planning function, manager begins with setting up of objectives because all the policies, procedures, and methods are framed for achieving objectives only. So here, the manager set up objectives keeping in mind the financial and physical resources of the company. They mostly prefer the goals which can be achieved quickly and in specific limit of time. So after setting up of the objective, these objectives are communicated to the employees. So here the main process starts with setting up of the objective. Now, second process is developing premises. Premises basically means to make assumption or forecast regarding the future. So premises are the base on which the plans are made. It is a kind of forecast made keeping in view existing plans and any past information about various policy. So premises क्या होते हैं? Assumptions होते हैं जो हम फ्यूचर के रिगार्डिंग बनाते हैं या फिर फोरकास्ट किया जाता है ताकि हम अपने प्लान्स को एग्जीक्यूट कर सकें. So some common forecasts are to find out the demand of a product, to find the change in government policies, etc. Now the third process is listing the various alternatives for achieving the objectives. So after setting up the objective and developing the premises, the manager will now make a list of alternatives through which the organization can achieve its objectives. So there are many ways to achieve the objectives. So manager must know all the ways to reach the objectives. For example, if the objective is to increase the sale by 10%, then the sales can be increased by adding more line of products, by increasing the share in market, by increasing the expenditure for the advertisement, or we can say by appointing a salesman for door-to-door sales. So manager will make all these lists and it will take the best alternative for achieving the objective. Now the next planning process is evaluation of different alternatives. So after making the list of various alternatives along with the assumptions supporting them, the manager starts evaluating each and every alternatives and note down the positive and negative aspect of every alternative. So पिछले process में manager ने क्या किया था? Alternatives set किए थे and in this process manager क्या कर रहा है? Evaluate कर रहा है उन alternative को जिससे कि best alternative select हो पाए to achieve the objective of organization. So after this, the managers start eliminating the alternative with more negative aspect and it selects the alternative with more positive aspect so that it can achieve the organization objective in a more easy way. Now the next planning process is selecting an alternative. So the best alternative is selected, but as such there is no mathematical formula to select the best alternative. Sometimes instead of selecting one alternative, a combination of different alternative can also be selected. तो क्या होता है हमें कभी भी जब भी हम ऑल्टरनेटिव सेट करते हैं जब भी हम ऑल्टरनेटिव सेलेक्ट करते हैं तो उसमें कोई मैथमेटिकल फॉर्मूला नहीं होता सेलेक्ट करने के लिए तो एक ऑल्टरनेटिव की जगह कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ ऑल्टरनेटिव्स भी सिलेक्ट किए जाते हैं सो दैट the objectives of the organization can be achieved. So after preparing the main plan, the organization have to make small plan also in support of this main plan and these small plan are known as derivatives. So these plans are must to accomplish the main plan. Now the next process is implementing the plan. The manager prepare or draft the main and supportive plans on paper, but there is no use of these plans unless and until these are put in action. So after implementing the plan, or we can say after putting the plan into action, the manager communicates these plans to the employees very clearly because employees actually carry on the activities according to the specification of this plan. So after communicating the plan to the employees and the manager allocates all the resources according to the requirement of the plan. For example, if the objective is to increase the sale by increasing the expenditure on advertisement, so here manager will have to allocate more funds to the advertisement department. So this is how plan is being implemented to achieve the objective. So the last process of planning is follow-up. Planning is a continuous process so that the manager's job does not get over simply by putting the plan into action. The manager monitors the plan very carefully while it is implementing. So monitoring of plan is very important because it helps in verifying whether the prediction or assumption which is made in plan, they are holding true in the present situation or not. And if they are not coming true, then the immediate changes in plan are made. So that is why monitoring of plan is very important. Now the next topic is plan. So as we know, plan is a document that outlines how goals are going to be met. So plan is a course of action which helps the organization to achieve its objective. We know the organizational objectives can be achieved only by proper planning. So there are two types of plan. First is single-use plans. Single-use plans are one-time use plan. They are designed to achieve a particular goal that once achieved will not reoccur in future. So single-use plan वो plan होते हैं जो एक ही time के लिए use होते हैं. ये plans repeat नहीं होते हैं. ये plan एक specific situation के लिए prepare किए जाते हैं and it is discarded when the situation gets over. The duration or length of single-use plan depends upon the activity or goal for which it is made. Once the objective of that plan is over, then this plan is not used again. Now, next type of plan is standing plans. So, standing plans are also known as repeat use plans. These plans focus on situations which occur repeatedly. They are made once but retain their value over a period of time. So, standing plans वो plans होते हैं जो repeat होते हैं. It is just opposite to the single use plan. और ये एक बार बनते हैं but उनकी value retain होती रहती over a period of time. So, there are types of plans which are objectives, strategy, policies, procedures, methods, rules, programs, and budget. So these plans are standing plan also and single use plan also. So first type of plan is objective. Objective is neither single use nor standing plan. So objective should be SMART, as S stands for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, T for time bound. So these objectives are basically set up by the top level management. That is why it is neither single use or nor standing plan. In this objectives, basically management decide what should be the plan of the organization, what should be the objectives, and how to achieve these objectives. Second is strategy. Strategy is neither single use nor standing plan. Strategy is a comprehensive plan to achieve the organizational objective. The dimensions of strategy are determining long-term objectives, adopting a particular course of action, allocating resources for achieving the objectives. So strategy is basically the task of top-level management. Here the top-level management decides whether to introduce new product or not, and if the new product is introduced, finding the customers for the product. So these are the strategies which the top-level management makes to achieve the objectives. So next type of plan is policies, which is standing plan. So policies are made at every level because managers at every level need to decide or predetermine the way of handling a situation, and policy act as a guide to take decision in unexpected situation. For example, purchase policy may include from how many suppliers a company needs to purchase and what should be the criteria for purchase, that is no credit sale policy or make or buy policy. These are some examples of policies. Second is procedure. Now, procedure is also a standing plan. Procedure means Procedures are required steps established in advance to handle future condition. The sequence steps to be followed by employees in different situations must be predetermined so that everyone follows the same steps. For example, procedure for admission of a student in a school should be followed. So there are some common procedure which should be followed in the department so that the activities can be coordinated in a easy way. Now the next type of plan is methods, which is a standing plan. Method can be defined as formalized or systematic way of doing a job. The managers decide in advance the common way of doing a job so that there is no doubt in the minds of employees. There can be uniformity in action of the employees. These helps in applying the techniques of standardization and simplification, and methods act as a guide for employees. For example, for calculating depreciation, there are two methods. First is diminishing balance method and second is original cost methods. So these are the types of methods which is to be followed in the organization. Next plan is rules, which is a standing plan. There is no discretion allowed in rules, that is, they must be followed strictly, and if rules are not followed, then strict action can be taken against employees who are disobeying the rules. So rules are some there are some rules and regulations which is to be followed by every organization employees. For example, there can be a rule of no smoking in the organization. So these rules are to be followed by the employees of the organization. Otherwise, the strict action can be taken for those employees who does not obey the rules. So next type of plan is programs, which is a single-use plan. So programs are the combinations of objective, policies, procedures, and rules. All these plans together to form a program. The programs are made to get a systematic working in the organization. So program क्या है? Program है combination objectives plan का, policies plan का, procedures and rules plan का. तो ये सारे plans जब एक साथ काम करते हैं तो organization में एक systematic working रहता है. So that is known as programs. And the last type of plan is budgets. Budgets is a single-use plan. So budget is the statement of expected result expressed in numerical terms. In budget, the results are always measurable and most of the time these are financial in nature. But it does not mean that the company prepares only financial budget. Along with the financial budget, capital budget is prepared to find out the expected capital requirement. For example, the total unit of sale of a company is rupees 1 lakh and the price of each unit is rupees 20. So the total budget of the company can be 20 lakhs. So with this, by discussing the process of planning and types of plan, we have completed the 4th chapter of business studies, which is planning. So in the next session, we'll continue with the next chapter. That's all for today. Thank you.